Hi there, and what a difference 3 games can make. There are sliding doors moments in life, and right now we're seeing the transformation of Ruben's Reds from also-rans to a team with personality and direction. After the debacle at Brentford, we feared Ruben Amorim was a dead man walking. But credit where credit is due. Ratcliffe gave Ruben a vote of confidence, and the players have responded by stepping up. Back-to-back wins against Sunderland and our biggest rivals Liverpool followed, and now a dramatic 4-2 win over Brighton has given United real momentum. We saw the Reds wobble when our academy graduate Danny Welbeck got Brighton on the score sheet to make it 3-1, but this United team is growing in stature and confidence. Finally, we have a team we can genuinely like again. It was a great sight to see the togetherness of this team, celebrating with our fans at the final whistle against Brighton. Amorim acknowledged the progress made post-match when he talked about the energy inside the stadium, both on and off the pitch. Speaking about the Mbeumo goal that made it 3-0, Amorim said something really interesting when he spoke about the unique aura inside the Theatre of Dreams. After the third goal, the noise of the stadium was not normal. It was like a different moment. It was the first time I felt that sound, that environment. So it was a very good moment for me. Of course, we are focusing on the game, but there are some things at this club, in this stadium, that you feel, and that was really strange. For me, that was a quote that needs bookmarking, not just as recognition of how this could be the start of something great. It's acknowledgement of the unique atmosphere at Old Trafford, a uniqueness that will be lost if we move to a new stadium. But that's a story for another day. Meantime, it's still early days and there's plenty of work to do. But there's a real sense that Ruben's Reds have finally arrived as a team to be taken seriously again. After so many false dawns in recent years, the positivity generated by another precious victory feels like a genuine rebirth this time around. While we are still held back by financial considerations, there's also a growing confidence in our recruitment. I'm certain that Ruben is delighted by the impact made by all our new signings in the summer. Bryan and Mbeumo's match-clinching goal deep into injury time against Brighton completed an impressive double. He's already a fan's favourite. It was the perfect conclusion to a win that began with fellow frontman Matheus Cunha unleashing his superb first goal in the red shirt of United. What a beautiful strike that was, and Cunha too is already a cult hero at Manchester United. There was no goal for Šeško, but the big striker's assist for Mbeumo's first goal was pure quality. We saw plenty to get excited about right across the whole front three. So let's give some credit to Jason Wilcox and his recruitment team who brought these players in during the summer. And let's not forget our new goalkeeper, Senne Lammens. And that is how you say his name. I've heard him say it on the official Manchester United website. Now then, with the first 3 months of the season almost done, I thought I'd ask 20 people down the pub who they think the best signing of the summer has been. And my forensic analysis has come up with one name that few had even heard of before he was plucked out of the Belgian league by Manchester United. His name, the aforementioned Senne Lammens. Okay, I'm taking the proverbial PISS out of the clickbait nonsense spewed out by The Athletic when they labelled Šeško the worst signing of the summer, based on the self-interested views of 20 football agents. Really? The Athletic lost a lot of credibility when they tried to peddle that narrative. I'm not the first to call them out, far from it, but I am perfectly genuine when I tell you that Senne Lammens is quite possibly the best signing of the summer. It's no coincidence that his introduction has helped transform Ruben Amorim's struggling squad. No football team becomes successful without a top goalkeeper. Ferguson had Schmeichel and Van der Sar, two of the very best keepers we've had at Old Trafford, and two of the best the game has ever seen. So what's the good about Lammens? He was beaten twice against Brighton, but no doubt he's a crucial part of this team's revival. Lammens has given United a new level of security that never existed when Onana or Bayenda wore the keeper's jersey. And for that reason alone, Lammens may well be the best signing of the summer. He wasn't the big-name goalkeeper we could have gone for. While financial limitations meant to have had to box clever, it was a brave decision to opt for a young keeper like Lammens for such a high-pressure role at Manchester United. I do think he's even surprised Ruben Amorim. So far he's played 3 times for United, and all 3 games have been precious wins that have changed the narrative in this month of reckoning. It's Forest away and then Spurs away in our next 2 matches, so let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. But when we go into our next international break after the match at Spurs, we can all be supremely confident that Ruben Amorim is not going anywhere anytime soon. And neither is Bruno Fernandes, who reached a fabulous milestone against Brighton when he chalked up his 300th game for Manchester United. He may not be playing in his preferred role, but the skipper is still a hugely important player for Manchester United. And he's playing alongside a rejuvenated Casemiro, who deserved his standing ovation when he was replaced by Kobbie Mainoo late in the game. Interesting that Kobbie briefly played alongside Bruno before Fernandes was moved forward when Brighton came back strongly. How to strengthen our midfield axis remains the biggest challenge for Ruben Amorim. But as I said already, there's a new confidence in our recruitment department, along with the evidence you don't have to overspend to get results. Just look at how Liverpool spending nearly £500 million in the summer has disrupted the Merseysiders. Based on their pre-season signings, I strongly expected Liverpool to retain the Premier League title. And while I still don't rule them out because they do have a strong squad, it does look like Arne Slot has a real problem to sort out. It's incredible to think that 3 matches ago, we started the day 8 points behind Liverpool, and now we're 1 point ahead. So when you compare the impact made by Liverpool's record signing Alexander Isak against the promise shown by Lammens, we see the real value of good recruitment. 26-year-old Isak was bought for a staggering £125 million, but he's yet to score in the Premier League, and he's an injury-prone striker who's now out injured. Lammens, who's only 23, cost just £18.2 million. He kept a clean sheet on his debut against Sunderland, and he's played 3 matches now that have returned United a maximum 9 points. Match winners Mbeumo and Cunha are the big money signings basking in the glory of their goal-scoring exploits against Brighton and rightly making the headlines. But pound for pound, Senne Lammens may well be our signing of the season based on what we've seen so far. Thanks for watching. Please like and share my content to help this channel grow. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. It makes a huge difference when you engage with my content. You may also want to check out my shop, johngubba.com. All revenue helps me create new content. And as you can see, I am wearing one of my t-shirts. Meantime, by popular request, you'll now find my podcast with Man United's 70s hero, Gordon Hill, on Spotify and Apple Music. Episode 15 is already live on both Spotify and Apple, so now you have the audio-only option if you want it. Also on both platforms, you'll find my music track, Bring On United. Here's a little taster along with links to 2 other videos you may want to watch next. Thanks again for watching. Ciao for now.